Tyler Olds, the president of Wave Robotics. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Thanks for having me, Dean.
First of all, can you start out by explaining what Wave Robotics and FIRST are?
Yeah, sure. Wave Robotics runs through a program called FIRST, stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science Technology. It's a program associated throughout the United States and the world that is meant to inspire kids in science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM, so we can advance the skills of, in specifically Oshkosh area, to help our students out a bit.
A lot of technology at the forefront of this program. What kind of resources does it take to run this program?
Well, in Oshkosh alone, we have a lot of different resources that come together, not only from our over 35 sponsors that we have that we bring together about $40,000 in cash and about $100,000 in-kind donations, but resources from mentors. We have about 20 adult mentors that help out, that are engineers from all different areas of the program, that really bring all these students together so they can excel.
Outstanding. And where does this program operate out of? Do you have a central location?
Yeah, the Wave Robotics program, we operate out of Tippler Middle School, which is a great central location for all of our students to come together.
Do most cities have a program like this?
In Wisconsin, there's about 30 cities that have this program. In the United States, we run about 1,800 different high schools.
Right now we're looking at some video of a past event from last year, and you just had the kickoff event for this season on January 8th, where you revealed this year's challenge. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. This year's challenge is essentially we have to build a 120-pound, 5-foot tall, 28 by 36-inch robot. That's our specification diameters that we can build it in. And the students have to basically create a robot that's able to pick up inner tubes that come in circles, triangles, and squares, and raise them up to 9 feet up in the air and place them on a scoring rack, essentially. And at the end of the game, we actually have this other miniature robot that has to deploy off of the robot and climb a 10-foot pole and race up to the top of the tower.
Wow. So is the challenge in you have a robot, but you have different specifications and different objectives every year? Is that how it changes?
Yeah, every year the game drastically changes. And from like last year, for example, where it was a soccer game where the robot had to kick soccer balls, we didn't need a robot that was so tall. This year, the game challenge and the design specifications drastically change.
What competitions do you go to?
This year we'll be taking our students to the Milwaukee Regional, which is at the U.S. Cellular Arena, and also as well we'll be going to the Chicago Regional, which is at the University of Illinois Chicago. And we do have hopes of going to the International Championship this year, which is at the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis, which is the Rams Stadium.
Wow, a major facility. A moment ago we saw a crowd shot and we saw a bunch of blue t-shirts and a lot of cheering. What's the atmosphere like?
The atmosphere event, we really try to make it a sporting event like. The regionals that I mentioned themselves had anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 people attending. So we bring all these different high schools together, and it's much more than just a high school science fair project. We have professional production crews that put on the entire regional for us. A lot of people that come together to make it happen. And it's really meant to be a very high energy, high impact thing that includes anything from cheering to doing the wave itself to dancing. All that comes together.
And how has Oshkosh fared at these competitions?
Sure. In the 2 years that we've been around, this is our third year going in. Our first year we had a phenomenal success. We actually won one of the competitions we went to out of 56 teams. We were the top rated seed, and we went on to the championships our first year. And last year as well, we went to the quarterfinals and the semifinals each of our competitions.
Congratulations. That's outstanding for a fairly new program.
Yes, absolutely.
Where do the students come from? What are the schools that are associated with this?
Sure. The high school program, we bring in students from our 3 major high schools, so West, North, and Lourdes, as well as we also have expanded to Amarillo High School this year.
And what kind of impact is this program having on the students that are involved?
Sure. You really see with having it be more of an interactive sporting type event that we really get the students much more engaged in the program, and we see them really, so to speak, come out of their shell for a lot of things where, you know, a lot of times they might be more quiet and reserved, but now they're out there, we're getting them to publicly speak to people. They're getting very passionate about engineering, science, and math.
And it's even more than that too, because there's also a marketing element and some other elements that these kids are learning about.
Absolutely. Anything that you see from the video shown with the robot to t-shirts, anything else like that, that is all student designed. And we actually have a separate marketing division as well, where students have to create, design, and implement, and also market to the community different designs and processes that we have.
So as I mentioned earlier, I believe it was January 8th, you kind of got your direction on how to move forward. What does your season look like moving forward?
Sure. Now, the design challenge season is a very, very tough, long process that we go through, but a lot of fun. We only get 6 weeks and 2 days to completely design the robot. And the minute that six weeks and 2 days ends, we have to ship it off to our first competition. So it's a very intense build season that we have where we meet at Tipler Middle School up to 6 days a week. Now, we're not all there 6 days a week, but we do meet there a lot and give a lot of different options for students to be there to work on the robot.
Sounds like an exciting program. How can students get involved, find out more information, and sign up?
Sure. Our registration for this year is closed because we did start a build season, but we do run through the Oshkosh Recreational Department. They've been very gracious enough to set up everything for us. And students who are interested, they can be, as long as they can apply for anything else through the Oshkosh Rec Department, they can sign up for Wave Robotics. They can go right there. We do post ourselves in the fall and summer school guides, and they can sign up right through the Oshkosh Rec Department.
Obviously, the other important element is the mentors. How can they get involved, and what are some of the organizations that have been involved in the past?
Sure. Mentor involvement, we definitely encourage everybody to go to our website, which is waverobotics.com. We have a lot of information in regards to getting involved on there, as well as my personal contact information they can contact me at. And I'm sorry, what was the other question?
What are the organizations that have been involved in the past in
absolutely.
mentoring?
A lot of our key organizations, like I mentioned, we have about 30 different organizations, but a lot of the key local businesses that we have here are Triangle Manufacturing, Oshkosh Corporation, Musa Metal Products, the Oshkosh Rec Department, Stainless Steel Specialists. A lot of different programs come around here to help us out.
And these folks are all donating their time?
It's all completely donated time, donated resources that they bring to the table.
Playing off that, what expectations do you have for both the students and mentors?
Sure. I mean, expectations, we really try to set long-term goals for all of our students and mentors specifically, but in our students-wise, what we try to do is we try to get them to really dedicate themselves to this type of process so they can understand what real-world situations are like, so we can advance them. So when they go into post-secondary schooling, when they go on to college and beyond, we can have them prepared for everything. And mentors, we generally ask that they can donate anytime that they can during the build season, anywhere between 1, 2, 3 days a week that they can be there to help out these students. We really push for a one-on-one mentorship with students so the students can learn as much as possible.
Tyler, I want this video to run for a little bit longer and just take a quick look at it and kind of describe what's going on here.
Sure.
Because you have different colors, so I'm guessing
Yes.
that's the different teams.
Yeah, each year, like I mentioned, the game challenge is different. This is last year's competition where it was a 3-on-3 robot competition that they had to essentially play robot soccer with each other. And the field you're seeing is about 30 feet by 60 feet. And
that one's about to tip over.
Yes.
Oh, now it's back, okay.
And one of the design flaws or design challenges was that you had to make sure your robot's able to right itself. And essentially what it was is that on each time, and that's our robot right there, the 2826 robot.
Wow.
Each time, essentially, it's a 3-on-3 competition. They randomly assign the teams with each other. And the great thing is at the end of competition, they gather all your scores together, and they actually run a NCAA bracket style tournament where they rank the top 8 seeds, they pick other alliances, and they compete against each other for the championship.
Well, you gave us some great information today. If this has piqued the interest of anyone, how can the community get involved?
Absolutely. Definitely go to our website, our waverobotics.com website. It's our newly revamped website that we launched last month. A lot of great information, a lot of great resources there, as well as contact anybody through the Oshkosh Rec Department.
And what would you advise, to come out and see one of your sessions in progress and see if you're interested in it before you get involved?
Absolutely, and we actually have our open house coming up on February 8th, which will be at Tipler Middle School at 5:30 p.m. We have information posted on our website, but it's an open house where the public is more than welcome to come. We'd love to get as many people as possible. Last year we had over 100 people attend. And we love to show off our robot and their skills.
Okay, what else will we see at the open house? Will all the mentors be there as well as the students?
Yep, so you'll get to meet a lot of the mentors from a lot of the different local businesses that come to the table, as well as all the students that we have. We have about 50 students involved in just the Wave Robotics High School program.
All right, Tyler, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.